and all other participants. Today's topics: management of dyslipidemia.
At first, the month of August,
August month, the month of mourning.
this month, we
tribute
the father of the nation and his
his
excellent speech. My greatest strength is the love for my people. My greatest weakness of that I love to them too much. বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর।
Objectives: আমরা কি পড়তে চাই? Dyslipidemia, definition, classification, overview of lipid lowering drugs, cardiovascular risk assessment method, methods of different types of dyslipidemia, target and goal, lifestyle modification, drugs, management of dyslipidemia in a special situation, diabetes mellitus, acute coronary syndrome, heart failure, stroke, CKD, women's and geriatric population, and follow-up of management of complication. Definition of dyslipidemia. Dyslipidemia are disorder of lipoprotein metabolism in the lipoprotein overproduction of the deficiency. This disorder may be manifested by elevation of this sequential cholesterol, low density lipoprotein, cholesterol and concentration, and decrease the high density lipoprotein concentration.
হ্যালো,
যে ইকো
ইকো হচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, আবার ইকো হচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ, ইকো হচ্ছে
এখনো হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ,
Primary and secondary, primary familial dyslipidemia and secondary acquired. Familial hypercholesteremia, also known as primary hypercholesteremia but dyslipidemia, they are classified into few classes which is based on the pattern of lipoproteins and electrophoresis or ultrafiltration. Familial hypercholesteremia: suspect familial hypercholesteremia where adults have a raised total cholesterol concentration, typically more than 7.5 millimole per liter, and there is a personal or familial history of congenital heart disease. Rule out secondary causes of hypercholesteremia. Do not rule out familial hypercholesteremia simply because physical signs such as tendon xanthometer are not present. Make a diagnosis using the DUST lipid clinic diagnostic criteria. Secondary causes of hyperlipidemia: medical condition, hypothyroidism, obstructive jaundice, Cushing syndrome, anorexia nervosa, nephrotic syndrome, diabetes mellitus, and chronic kidney disease. Drugs: thiazide diuretics, glucocorticoids, cyclosporine, antiviral therapy, beta blockers, combined oral contraceptive pills, atypical antipsychotic and retinoic and derivatives, pregnancy, alcohol abuse, and other causes of over dieting and less physical movement. Then everybody knows repeat profiles, but remember for this: total cholesterol normal level 200 less than 200 milligram per deciliter, borderline high 201 to 240 milligram per deciliter, and very high more than 240 milligram per deciliter. High density lipoprotein less than 60 milligram per deciliter protective, 40 to 59 milligram per deciliter is normal, less than 40 milligram increased risks. Low density lipoprotein less than 100 milligram is ideal, but 100 to 120 milligram per deciliter or near above optimal can be good depending on your health. 130 to 150 milligram, borderline high, 160 to 180 milligram per deciliter high, and very high more than 190 milligram per deciliter. Triglyceride more than 150 milligram per deciliter normal, less than 150 milligram per deciliter normal, and more than 150 milligram per deciliter high risk. Lipid lowering drugs কি আছে? Statin, HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors, fibrates, bile acid sequestrants, cholesterol absorption inhibitors, ezetimibe, and nicotinic acid, and PCSK9 inhibitors. Statin lower the cholesterol by interfering with cholesterol biosynthesis pathway. It inhibits 3-hydroxy 3-methyl glutamate 9A reductase and thereby sublimity aminoacid. But there are 7 statins are available in our country: lovastatin, simvastatin, pravastatin, fluvastatin, atorvastatin, rosuvastatin হবে, rosuvastatin acids and triglyceride level by stimulating the paroxysmal beta oxidation pathway. There are 3 fibrates, first in Japan in 1960, colofibrate, phenofibrate, and gemfibrate. Cholesterol absorption inhibitor ezetimibe, which inhibits absorption from enterocytes. Cholesterol ester transfer protein, torcetrapib, avacimab inhibits cholesterol acetyl coenzyme A cholesterol acetyl transferase. Imlifepide inhibits microsomal triglyceride transfer protein. Bile acid sequestration, there are 3 bile acid sequestrants: cholestyramine, cholestyramine, and clocevelum. PCSK9 inhibitors, this is very important for a short note in any examination. PCK9 inhibitors, protein convertase subclasin casein type 9 inhibitors. It is an enzyme encoded by the PCKS gene in human chromosome 1. It is the 9th number of protein convertase family of proteins that activate other proteins. It increases PCKS is associated with the higher LDL level. PCSK9 inhibitors increase the expression of LDL receptors in the cell membrane, thus reducing LDL, triglyceride, and apoprotein B. Administered subcutaneously 2 to 4 weekly. There are 2 PCSK9 inhibitors are in the market: evolocumab and evolocumab. Then we have discussed total cardiovascular risk assessment. Total cardiovascular risk assessment, total cardiovascular risk estimation means the likelihood of a person developing of atherosclerotic cardiovascular event over a different period of time. Most guideline uses risk estimation system based on either the Framingham or the SCORE. SCORE means systemic coronary risk estimation. This is the most important systemic coronary risk estimation projects. Recommendation for the cardiovascular disease risk estimation by ESC, European Society of Cardiology guideline. Risk estimation proceeds in 3 stages. Clinical evaluation, it is recommended that high and very high risk individuals are identified on the basis of documented cardiovascular disease, diabetes mellitus, moderate to severe renal disease, very high levels of individuals' risk factors, family history, or a high SCORE risk. It is recommended that such patients are considered as priority for advice and management of all risk factors. All are class 1 and level C. SCORE 10 years risk estimated. Total risk estimation using a risk estimation system such as SCORE is recommended for asymptomatic adults more than 40 years of age without evidence of cardiovascular disease, diabetes mellitus, chronic kidney disease, familial hypoglycemia, or low density lipoprotein C, more than 4.9 millimole or more than 190 milligram per deciliter. Then assessment of risk modifiers. In selected individuals at low to moderate risk, other factors including measures increased lipoprotein B, lipoprotein A, or C-reactive protein, family history of premature atherosclerotic cardiovascular diseases, or the presence of atherosclerotic plaque or imaging may improve risk stratification and inform treatment decision. All are class 1 and level C. The SCORE chart for European population at high risk cardiovascular disease risks by the European Society of Cardiology. Its scoring is defined systolic blood pressure. আমাদের systolic blood pressure টা দেখতে হবে, total cholesterol লেভেলটা আমরা দেখবো, আর by the age এবং মেন ওমেনটা একটা আলাদা ভাগ করা আছে। এটা আমরা 4টা গ্রুপে ভাগ করা আছে: নর্মাল less than 3%, low risk 3 to 4%, risk 5 to 9%, high risk more than 10%. Cardiovascular risk categories, very high risk. People with any of the following: documented atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, either clinical or unequivocal, on imaging. Documented atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease includes previous acute coronary syndrome, MI or unstable angina, stable angina, coronary revascularization, PCI or CABG or arterial revascularization procedure, stroke, and TIA, transient ischemic attack, and peripheral arterial disease. Unequivocally documented atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease on imaging, including the findings that are known to predictive of clinical events such as significant plaque or coronary angiography or CT scan on carotid ultrasound. Diabetes mellitus, target organ damage, or at least 3 major risk factors, or early onset of type 1 diabetes, or long duration more than 20 years. More than 20 years, severe kidney disease, eGFR less than 30 ml per minute for 1.37 square meter of body square. A calculated score more than 10% for 10 years risk of fatal cardiovascular disease, family history with atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease or with another major risk factors. All group are very high risk patients. And high risk people with markedly elevated single risk factors, in particular triglycerides more than 80 millimole per liter or more than 310 milligram per deciliter, low density lipoprotein cholesterol more than 4.9 millimole or more than 190 milligram deciliter, or BP, blood pressure more than 180 or systolic and 110 diastolic pressure. Patients with family history without other major risk factors, patients with diabetes mellitus without target organ damage, with diabetes mellitus duration more than 10 years or another additional risk factors. Moderate chronic kidney disease, eGFR 30 to 59 ml per minute per square 1.73 square meter of body surface. A calculated score more than or equal 5% and less than 10% for the 10 years of risk fatal cardiovascular disease. Young patients, type 1 diabetes less than 35 years of age, and type 2 diabetes less than 50 years of the age, with diabetes mellitus duration less than 10 years without other risk factors. Calculated score less than or equal 1% and less than 5% for 10 years risks of fatal cardiovascular disease. Low risk calculated score less than 1% for 10 years of risk. This is the high risk, moderate risk and low risk group. Now, intervention strategies as a function of total cardiovascular risk and untreated low density lipoprotein cholesterol level. Low density lipoprotein cholesterol লেভেলটা আমরা কার্ডিওভাস্কুলার রিস্ক অনুযায়ী স্কোর অনুযায়ী আমরা আগেই ক্লাসিফিকেশন করেছি, এবং লো ডেন্সিটি লাইপোপ্রোটিনের একটা ক্লাসিফিকেশন আমরা less than 1.4 millimole or less than 55 milligram per deciliter, 55 to less than 70 milligram per deciliter untreated LDL-C level ta, and 70 to 100 milligram per deciliter, 100 to 160 milligram per deciliter, 160 to 190 and more than 190, and scoring low risk, moderate risk, high risk and very high risk at a primary prevention এর জন্য, এবং all the low density lipoprotein less than 160 পর্যন্ত lifestyle only for lifestyle modification, and more than 160 intervention consider adding a drug, lipid lowering drug added. If more than 190 lifestyle modification with drug intervention mandatory, and then low risk, moderate risk lipid low density lipoprotein C level টা যদি 100 to 160 হয় তখন আমাদের লাইফস্টাইল মডিফিকেশনের সঙ্গে একটা ড্রাগ অ্যাড করতে হবে। আবার এইভাবে হাই রিস্ক পেশেন্টের ক্ষেত্রে লো ডেন্সিটি লাইপোপ্রোটিন 7 to 100 হলে ড্রাগ অ্যাড করতে হবে, এবং ভেরি হাই রিস্কে 55 to 70 মিলিগ্রাম পার ডেসিলিটার যদি লো ডেন্সিটি লাইপোপ্রোটিন হয় সেক্ষেত্রেও আমাদের লাইফস্টাইল মডিফিকেশন উইথ ড্রাগ অ্যাড করতে হবে। আর সেকেন্ডারি প্রিভেনশন ভেরি হাই রিস্কে শুধুমাত্র আমাদের লাইফস্টাইল মডিফিকেশন এবং ড্রাগ অ্যাড করতে হবে, আদারওয়াইজ আমাদের এগুলো লাগবে না। অল অফ সেকেন্ডারি প্রিভেনশন ক্লাস 2A and primary prevention lifestyle modification class 1C 1 এবং 2B only for very high risk. This part is most important. Recommendation for lipid analysis for cardiovascular disease risk estimation. Total cholesterol is to be used for the estimation of total cardiovascular risks by means of the score system. HDL-C analysis is recommendation for further risk estimation using the online score system. LDL-C analysis is recommended as the primary lipid analysis for screening, diagnosis, and management. Triglyceride analysis is recommended as a part of the routine lipid analysis. All are class 1 and level C by the guideline of European Society of Cardiology. Recommendation for the lipid analyzer for the cardiovascular disease risk estimation. Non-HDL-C elevation is recommended for the risk assessment, particularly in the people with high triglyceride, diabetes, obesity, and very low density lipoprotein C. Lipoprotein B analysis is recommended for the risk assessment, particularly in people with high triglyceride, diabetes, obesity, or metabolic syndrome, or very low density lipoprotein C, lipoprotein cholesterol. It can be used as an alternative. LDL-C is available as primary measurement for screening, diagnosis, and management, and may be patterned over non-HDL-C and people with high triglyceride, diabetes, obesity, and very low LDL cholesterol. All are class 1 and level C. Now I've discussed the treatment target and goals. Treatment target and goals for cardiovascular disease at first prevention. Prevention is smoking. No exposure to tobacco if any form. Diet, healthy diet, low in saturated fat with a focus on whole grains products, vegetables, fruits, and fish. Physical activity, 3.5 to 7 hours. Moderately vigorous physical activity per week or 30 to 60 minutes most day. Body weight, BMI 20 to 25 kg per square meter. Waist circumference less than 94 centimeter in men and less than 80 centimeter in women. Blood pressure less than 140 in systolic and 90 millimeter of mercury in diastole. Treatment target goals, another prevention, LDL-C, very high risks in primary and secondary prevention. A therapeutic regimen and achieves at least 50% LDL reduction from baseline and LDL-C goal of less than 1.4 millimole per liter or less than 55 milligram per deciliter. No current statin use. This is likely or require high intensity LDL lowering therapy. Current LDL lowering treatment and increased treatment intensity is required. High risk. A therapeutic regimen that achieves at least 50% LDL-C reduction from the baseline and the LDL-C goal of less than 1.8 millimole or less than 70 milligram per deciliter. Very high risk আমাদের LDL লেভেলটা 55 এর নিচে রাখতে হবে এবং হাই রিস্কেরটা আমাদের 70 এর নিচে রাখতে হবে। Moderate risk, a goal of less than 2.6 millimole per liter or less than 100 milligram per deciliter. Low risk, a goal of less than 3 millimole per liter or less than 116 milligram per deciliter. Non-HDL-C. Non-HDL-C secondary goals are less than high risk, very high risk less than 2.2. High risk group is only less than 2.6 and risk people in 3.4 millimole per liter or less than 80 milligram per deciliter by 100 or 130. Apolipoprotein B secondary goals are less than 60. Less than 60 is very high. Less than 80 high and moderate risk less than 100 milligram per deciliter, respectively apolipoprotein B. Triglyceride level, no goals, but 1.7 millimole per liter less than 1.7 or less than 150 milligram per deciliter indicates lower risk and higher level indicates a need to look for the other risk factors. And diabetes, HbA1c less than 7%. Now, central illustration upper panel treatment goal for low density lipoprotein cholesterol across categories of total cardiovascular disease risks. As before, treatment goal LDL-C score less than 1, lowest score less than above 1 or less than 5, moderate score, and a score less than 5, above or equal 5 or less than 10% high, and very high less than more than 10%, very high risk. And the treatment goal LDL 160 milligram per deciliter, moderately 100 milligram per deciliter, and high 7 milligram per deciliter, and very high 55 milligram per deciliter. This is the central illustration just as before. And here high risk, markedly elevated single risk factors in particular are the total cholesterol more than 8 millimole or 310 milligram per liter per deciliter. Family history without other major risk factors, moderate CKD, diabetes mellitus, target organ damage with or without target organ damage with diabetes mellitus. Duration more than 10 years or other additional risk factors, and very high risk group, atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, clinical or imaging, scoring more than 10%, family history with atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, or with another major risk factors, severe chronic kidney disease, GFR less than 30, and diabetes mellitus, target organ damage, equal or more than 3 major risk factors, or very onset of type 1 diabetes, and long duration of more than 20 years. Then lifestyle management. Just summary of the lifestyle measures and healthy food choice and managing total cardiovascular risks, described very shortly. Dietary recommendation should always intake into account local food habits. However, interest in healthy food choice from other culture should be promoted. A wide variety of foods should be eaten. Energy intake should be adjusted to prevent overweight and obesity. Consumption of fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, whole grains, cereal foods, and fish, especially olive feed, should be encouraged. Foods rich in the trans fatty acids should be avoided totally. Food rich in saturated fatty acids, tropical oils, fatty or processed meat, sweet, cream, butter, regular cheese should be replaced with the above foods. Just এগুলো saturated fatty acid যেগুলো আছে এগুলো করা যাবে না, and with mono unsaturated fat, extra virgin olive oil, and polyunsaturated fat, non-tropical vegetable oil, in order to keep saturated fatty acid intake less than 10%, and less than 10% in the presence of high plasma cholesterol values. Summary of the lifestyle modification: healthy food, another salt intake should be reduced less than 5 gram per day, avoiding table salt, and less cooking, but choosing fresh, frozen, unsalted food. Many processed and convenience foods, including bread, and high in salt. For the whole drinks, alcoholic beverage, moderation should be advised, less than 10 gram per day for men and women, same day, and patients with hyperglycemia should abstain. To intake of beverages and foods with added sugars, particularly soft drinks, should be discouraged, especially of statin and ezetimibe. A combination with PCSK9 inhibitors may be considered at class 2B and level C. Recommendation for secondary prevention: patients at very high risk not achieving their goal maximum tolerated doses of statin ezetimibe, a combination with PCSK9 inhibitors is recommended. This is class 1 and level C. For very high risk patients, that is with cardiovascular disease with another major risk factors, who do not achieve their goal on a maximum tolerant dose of statin and ezetimibe and combination with PCSK inhibitors is recommended. And if a statin-based regimen is not tolerated at any doses, even after re-challenge, ezetimibe should be considered. অর্থাৎ আমরা এলডিএল কে কমানোর জন্য যা যা দরকার, প্রথমে স্ট্যাটিন, তারপর স্ট্যাটিন, এজিটিমাইড, পিসিএসকে ইনহিবিটরস সবই যোগ করে আবার লাস্টে যদি এটাও না কমে আমরা আবার এজিটিমাইড আমরা অ্যাড করতে পারি। এটা ক্লাস 2A এবং লেভেল C. Recommendation for pharmacological low density lipoprotein cholesterol recommendation is a statin based regimen is tolerated any doses even after or re-challenge. PCSK9 inhibitors added ezetimibe may be considered at class 2B level C. If the goal is not achieved, statin combination with bile acid sequestration may be considered at class 2B level C. Then we have target point, intensity of lipid lowering treatment. Average LDL reduction আমরা কতটুকু করতে পারবো? Moderate intensity statin equalization 30%, high intensity statin বেশি হাই দিলে 50% রিডাকশন করতে হবে, আর হাই ইন্টেন্সিটি statin plus ezetimibe যদি দেই 65% reduction from the baseline of the LDL, and PCSK9 inhibitors plus high intensity statin 70%, and PCKS inhibitors plus high intensity of statin plus ezetimibe triple therapy দিলে আমরা 85% achievement হতে পারে। This is the algorithm of baseline LDL, LDL-C cholesterol level for the pharmacological lowering agent, central elution, or also LDL-C lowering as C lowering agents we describe above. Just these are algorithm. Pharmacological management of elevated triglycerides. Recommendation: statin treatment is recommended as the first drug of choice for the reducing cardiovascular disease risks in high risk individual with hypertriglyceridemia more than 2.3 millimole per liter or more than 200 milligram per deciliter, class 1 এবং level B. In high risk or above, the patient with triglyceride between 1.5 and 5.6 millimole per liter or 130 to 490 milligram per deciliter, despite statin treatment and 3 puffs icosapent ethyl 2 into 2 gram per day should be considered in recommendation with statin. In primary prevention, patients who are at LDL-C goal with triglyceride more than 2.3 millimole per liter, fenofibrate or benazefibrate may be considered in combination with statin. In high-risk patients who are at LDL-C goals with triglyceride more than 2.3 millimole, fenofibrate or benazefibrate may be considered in combination with statin. Management of dyslipidemia in some special situation. Management of dyslipidemia in women. Statin treatment is recommended for primary prevention of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease in high risk women. Statins are recommended for secondary prevention in women with the same indication and goals as in men. Lipid lowering drugs should not be given with pregnancy is planned during the pregnancy or during the breastfeeding period. However, for severe family history patients, bile acid sequestrations which are not absorbed and or LDL apheresis may be considered. Recommendation for the treatment of dyslipidemia in old older peoples more than 65 years age. Treatment with statin is recommended for older people with atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. In the same way, for the younger patient, treatment with statin is recommended for the primary prevention according to the level of risk in older peoples equal or less than 75 years. All are class 1 and level A. Initiation of statin treatment for primary prevention in older people is more than 75 may be considered if at high risk or above class 2B and level B. It is recommended that statin is started at a low dose if there is significant renal impairment and or the potential for the drug interaction, and then titrated upward to achieve LDL-C treatment goals. Recommendation for the treatment of dyslipidemia in diabetes. In the patient with type 2 diabetes at very high risk and LDL-C reduction of at least 50% from baseline and LDL-C goals of 1.4 or less than 1.4 millimole or less than 55 milligram per deciliter is recommended. If the patient with type 2 diabetes mellitus at high risk and LDL-C reduction of at least 50% from the baseline and LDL-C goal of less than 1.10 millimole per liter is recommended. Statins are recommended in patients with type 1 diabetes who are at high or very high risk. Intensification of statin therapy should be considered before the introduction of combination therapy. If the goal is not reached, statin combination with ezetimibe should be considered. Statin therapy is not recommended in premenstrual patients with diabetes who are considered pregnancy or not using adequate contraception. Statin therapy may be considered in both type 1 and type 2 diabetes patients aged equal or less than 30 years with evidence of end organ damage and the LDL cholesterol more than 2.5 millimole per liter as long as pregnancy is not being planned. Recommendation for the lipid-lowering therapy is very high risk patients with acute coronary syndrome. In all acute coronary syndrome patients without any contraindication or definite history of intolerance, it is recommended to initiate or continue high dose statin as early as possible, regardless of initial LDL-C values, class 1 and level A. Lipid levels should be reevaluated 4 to 6 weeks after acute coronary syndrome to determine whether the reduction at least 50% of the baseline and goals levels of LDL-C less than 55 milligram per deciliter have been achieved. Safety issue need to be assessed at the time the statin treatment dose adapted accordingly. If the LDL-C goal is not achieved after 4 to 6 weeks with maximally tolerated statin doses, combination with ezetimibe is recommended. It's class 1 and level B guideline. Recommendation for lipid-lowering therapy in very high risk patient with acute coronary syndrome. If the LDL-C goal is not achieved after 4 to 6 weeks, despite maximally tolerated statin therapy and ezetimibe, adding PCSK9 inhibitors is recommended. In the patients with confirmed statin intolerance of the patients in whom a statin contraindicated ezetimibe should be considered. For patients who present with an acute coronary syndrome and whose LDL-C levels are not a goal to despite already taking a maximum tolerated statin dose and ezetimibe, adding a PCSK inhibitors early after the events, if possible during hospitalization for the CS events, should be considered. And routine pretreatment of loading on the background of chronic therapy with high dose of statin should be considered in patient undergoing PCI for ACS or elective PCI. This is the recommendation for Parkinson's coronary intervention, class 2A and level B. And recommendation for the lipid-lowering therapy for prevention of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease events in patients with thyroid ischemic stroke. Patient with history of ischemic stroke (TIA) at very high risk of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, particularly recurrent ischemic strokes. So it is recommended that they receive intensive LDL-C lowering therapy, all are class 1 and levels A. And recommendation for the treatment of dyslipidemia in the chronic heart failure, valvular heart disease. Initiation of the lipid-lowering therapy is recommended in patients with heart failure in the absence of other indication for their use. This is class 3 and level A. Initiation of the lipid-lowering treatment is not recommended in patients with aortic valvular stenosis without coronary artery disease to slow progression of aortic valvular stenosis in the absence of indication for their use. ভালভুলার স্টেনোসিসের ক্ষেত্রে আমরা অ্যাওর্টিক স্টেনোসিসের ক্ষেত্রে অ্যাভয়েড করব। Recommendation for the lipid management in patient with moderate to severe chronic kidney disease. It is recommended that the patient with chronic kidney disease outcome quality initiative stage 3 to 4 CKD are considered to be at high or very high risk of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. To use of statin or statin ezetimibe combination is recommended in the patient with non-dialysis dependent stages 3 to 5 chronic kidney disease, all are class 1 and level A. In patients already on statin ezetimibe or statin ezetimibe combination with the time of dialysis initiation, continuation of these drugs should be considered, particularly in patients with atherosclerotic cardiovascular diseases. These are class 2A and C level. In patients with dialysis dependent CKD and free of atherosclerotic diseases, commencing statin therapy is not recommended. Recommendation for lipid-lowering drugs in patients with peripheral arterial disease, including carotid artery disease. In patients with peripheral artery disease, lipid-lowering therapy, including a maximum tolerated doses of statin plus ezetimibe and combination with the PCSK9 inhibitor is needed, is recommended to reduce the risk of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease event. These are class 1 and level A. Then follow-up and management of complication. Summary of the recommendation for monitoring lipid and enzyme in patients before and on lipid-lowering therapy. Testing lipids. How often should lipids be tested? Before starting lipid-lowering drugs treatment, at least 2 measurements should be needed with an interval of 1 to 12 weeks, with the exception of condition where concomitant drug treatment is suggested, such as acute coronary syndrome and very high risk patients. How often should patients lipids test after starting lipid lowering management treatment? এটা আমরা 8 to 12 weeks after the starting treatment, and 8 to 12 weeks after adjustment of the treatment until goal is achieved. 8 থেকে 12 সপ্তাহ পর আমরা ইন্টারভ্যালে আমরা অ্যাডজাস্ট করতে পারবো। How often should lipids be tested once a patient has achieved the target or optimal lipid level? এটাকে অ্যানুয়ালি আমরা এটা দেখতে পারি। Summary of the recommendation for monitoring lipids and enzyme in patients before and lipid-lowering therapy. Monitoring liver and muscle enzyme. How often should liver enzyme, alanine aminotransferase ALT, be routinely measured in the patients on lipid-lowering drugs before treatment, once 8 to 12 weeks after starting treatment or after dose increases. Routine control of ALT thereafter is not recommended during statin treatment unless symptoms suggestive of liver disease evolve. Treatment with control of ALT is still recommended. Monitoring of liver and muscle enzyme. Liver enzyme become elevated in person taking lipid lowering drugs if ALT more than 3 গুণের চেয়ে বেশি হয়, 3 times upper limit of normal, and continue therapy, recheck liver enzyme in 4 to 6 weeks. When the liver enzyme become elevated person, if the ALT is more than 3 times in upper lipid normal level, stop lipid lowering therapy or reduce dose of recheck liver enzyme within 4 to 6 weeks. Cautiously recommend reintroduction of therapy may be considered after alanine minus ALT has returned to normal. If ALT remains elevated, check for this other region. Monitoring liver and muscle enzyme. Creatine kinase is measured in patients taking the lipid-lowering drugs pre-treatment before starting therapy. If baseline creatine kinase is more than 4 times of upper level, do not started drug therapy. Rechecked. Routine monitoring of creatine kinase is not necessary. Check creatine kinase if present develops myalgia. Before, alert regarding myopathy and creatine kinase elevation in patients at risk, such as elderly patient, concomitant interfering therapy, multiple medication, liver or renal disease, or athletes. Then summary of recommendation for monitoring lipid enzyme and patients before lipid lowering therapy. Monitor lipid if more than 4 times of creatine kinase level, upper level of normal limit. If the creatine kinase is more than 10, stop treatment. If the less than 10, if no symptom, continue lipid lowering therapy while monitoring creatine kinase between 2 to 6 weeks. If creatine kinase is less than 10, if symptoms present, stop statin. Monitor normalization of creatine kinase before this challenge with a lower statin dose. Consider the possibility of the transient creatine kinase elevation for other reasons such as exhaustion. Consider myopathy if creatine kinase remain elevated. Consider combination therapy or an alternative drugs. Then if the more than 4 times of creatine kinase, if no muscle symptom, continue statin. Patient should be altered report symptoms, check creatine kinase. If muscle symptoms, monitor symptoms and creatine kinase regularly. If symptoms persist, stop statin and reevaluate the symptoms after 6 weeks. Reevaluate indicate for statin therapy. Consider the challenge with the same or another statin. Then consider low dosage statin alternate day and once or twice weekly dosing regimen or combination therapy. In which patients should HbA1c, glycerol hemoglobin, or blood glucose level be checked. Regular check of HbA1c glucose should be considered in patient high risk of developing diabetes and on high dose of statin treatment. The group to be considered for glucose control are the elderly and patients with metabolic syndrome, obesity, or other signs of insulin resistance. Waller monitoring is combined algorithm for the muscular symptoms during statin therapy. Algorithm muscular resistance therapy. Then one minute. মোটামুটি আমাদের ইয়ে শেষ। আমি শুধু একটা জিনিস দেখানোর জন্য করতেছি যে আমাদের এই আসছে, দেখা যায়? হ্যালো,
ডিসপ্লে তো দেখা যাচ্ছে না,
স্ক্রিন শেয়ারে নাই, স্ক্রিন শেয়ারে যান।
স্ক্রিন শেয়ারে
এখন দেখা যায়?
হ্যাঁ স্যার দেখা যাচ্ছে,
এখন দেখা যাচ্ছে।
না, আমরা মোটামুটি আমাদের ক্লাসের শেষ পর্যায়ে আমরা জাস্ট একটা রোল অফ স্টার্টিং ইন COVID-19, যেহেতু প্যান্ডেমিক সিচুয়েশন অফ করোনা ভাইরাস, রোল অফ স্টার্টিং COVID-19 ভেরি শর্ট অ্যান্ড সামারি, In COVID-19, there is no harm associated with the statin therapy. A statin may be beneficial to reduce inflammation associated with COVID-19. It also in anti-inflammatory effect of including augmentation of ACE2 expression, and statin may improve endothelial function in patients with COVID-19 infection. Statin are known for the pleiotropic, anti-inflammatory, and anti-thrombotic and immunomodulatory effect. They may have a potential role of adjunctive therapy to mitigate endothelial dysfunction and dysregulated inflammation in patients with COVID-19 patient. অর্থাৎ আমাদের স্ট্যাটিনে কোভিড-19 পেশেন্টের উপকার ছাড়া অপকার হবে না। এই জন্য স্ট্যাটিন যে কোনো কোভিড পেশেন্টকে স্ট্যাটিন থেরাপি কন্টিনিউ রাখা যাবে, এটা বন্ধ করার দরকার হবে না। এইটা হলো মূল স্ট্যাটিন থেরাপি ইন কোভিড পেশেন্ট। আমি একটু কিছু বেসিক জিনিস একটু বলি, যে আমরা যে এই যে আমাদের যে স্ট্যাটিন লোভাস্ট্যাটিন আমরা কখন কিভাবে দেই না দেই এগুলো একটু বলে আমি শেষ করে দেবো। আমাদের যে আমরা স্ট্যাটিন থেরাপি যেটা দেই, আমাদের লোভাস্ট্যাটিন 20 to 80 মিলিগ্রাম পার ডে টেকেন উইথ ডিনার। ডিনারের সময় করতে পারে। প্রাভাস্ট্যাটিন 10 to 40 মিলিগ্রাম ডে, আমরা এটা ইভিনিং এ। আর সিম্বাস্ট্যাটিন অলসো 20 to 40 মিলিগ্রাম পার ডে অ্যাকর্ডিং টু সিভিয়ারিটি অফ দ্য ডিজিজ অনুযায়ী দিব, এটাও ইভিনিং এ। ফ্লুভাস্ট্যাটিন এটাও আমরা ইভিনিং 20 to 80 মিলিগ্রাম পার ডে, এটাও ইভিনিং এ। বাট অ্যাটোভাস্ট্যাটিন 10 to 80 মিলিগ্রাম পার ডে, টাইম অফ অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন ইজ নট সিগনিফিক্যান্ট রেলিভেন্ট। এটা কোনো অ্যাটোভাস্ট্যাটিন কখন দিব নেই, আমরা সচরাচর নাইটে দেই, বাট কোনো রিকমেন্ডেশন নাই। রোসুভাস্ট্যাটিন 5 to 20, এটাও কোনো রিকমেন্ডেশন নাই, যে কোনো সময় আমরা নাইটে দেই, দেওয়া যাবে। পিটাভাস্ট্যাটিন 1 to 4 মিলিগ্রাম। আর এগুলো সব আমাদের স্ট্যাটিন থেরাপির মধ্যে আমি বলছি যে আমাদের লিভার এনজাইম বেড়ে যায়, মাসল ইয়ে হয়, মাসকুলার টক্সিসিটি হয়, এগুলো আমরা মনিটর করার জন্য কিডনি কাইনেজ অ্যালানিন ট্রান্সফারেজ এগুলো আমরা দেখি। আবার রিসেন্ট ডাটাতে দেখা গেছে যে স্ট্যাটিন থেরাপি বা লিপিড লোয়ারিং এজেন্ট দিলে আমাদের কিছু কিছু পেশেন্টের ডায়াবেটিস ডেভেলপ করে, নিউ অনসেট অফ ডায়াবেটিস হয়ে যায়। এই জন্য আমাদের গ্লুকোজটা HbA1c মনিটর করতে হয়। আর কগনিটিভ ইম্পেয়ারমেন্টও হয়। আর একটা বলি আমরা, যে আমাদের এজিটিমেব যেটা আমরা দেই, এটা সিঙ্গেলি আমাদের দেওয়ার নাই, আমরা মোটামুটি স্ট্যাটিনের সাথে বা অন্য কোনো আদার লিপিড লোয়ারিং এজেন্টের সাথে এজিটিমেব আমরা দিয়ে থাকি। এটা 10 মিলিগ্রাম ওয়ান্স ডেলি। এটা সাইড ইফেক্ট হয়, অ্যাবডোমিনাল পেন, ডিসকমফোর্ট হয়। আর আমরা ফাইব্রেটস যেগুলো দেই, ফাইব্রেটস হলো 400 to 600 মিলিগ্রাম পার ডে, 1 to 3 times ডে আফটার মিল। ফেনোফাইব্রেটস 160 to 200 milligram immediately after meals. Zembofibrizol 600 to 1200 milligram twice day, 30 minutes before the meal. আমাদের মেন যে এটা আমাদের PCK9 inhibitors, এটা ফর দ্য ফ্যামিলিয়াল হাইপারটেনশন ভেরি হাই রিস্ক থাকে, ইট মে বি কনসিডার করতে হয় স্ট্যাটিনের সাথে অথবা এজিটিমেবের সাথে। এটা দুইটা আমরা এর আগেও বলেছি, অ্যালিডোকুমব, এটা অ্যালিডোকুমব আর ইভোলোকুমব, দুইটা ড্রাগ আছে। 70 to 150 মিলিগ্রাম ডিসপোজেবল সিরিঞ্জের মাধ্যমে দেই, সাবকিউটেনিয়াস ইনজেকশনে দেওয়া যেতে পারে। আবার ইন্টারভেল 2 weeks ইন্টারভেলের পরে আবার 3 ডোজ বাড়ানো যেতে পারে। তারপরেও যদি আমাদের অ্যাচিভমেন্ট না হয় 4 weeks পরে আবার আমরা টার্গেট লেভেল করার জন্য আবার আমরা অ্যাড করতে পারি। আর ইভোলোকুমব এটা 140 মিলিগ্রাম per ml via syringe, 40 to 420 মিলিগ্রাম or 3.5 ml via disposable syringe এর মাধ্যমে আমরা দিয়ে থাকতে পারি। এই দুইটা হলো আমাদের ইনজেকশনের মধ্যে। আর একটা আমরা যেটা বলি নাই, ওমেগা 3 ফ্যাটি অ্যাসিড। ওমেগা 3 ফ্যাটি অ্যাসিড আমরা করতে পারি 2 to 4 গ্রাম অফ ডে। এটা আমরা উইথ স্ট্যাটিনের সাথে আমরা করতে পারি। ওমেগা 3 ফ্যাটি অ্যাসিডও আমাদের লিপিড লোয়ারিংটা কমায়। এই হলো মোটামুটি ওভারঅল ক্লাস। এর ভিতরে ইম্পর্টেন্ট হলো একটা শর্ট নোট আছে, PCSK9 ইনহিবিটর, প্রোপোর্টিন কনভার্টার, সাবক্লিসিন, ক্যাসিন, টাইপ 9 ইনহিবিটর, এটা একটা শর্ট নোট আছে প্রায় সময়। তো এটা আর স্ট্যাটিন হলো আমাদের ওভারঅল প্র্যাকটিক্যাল ফিল্ডে খুব দরকার হয়। যাই হোক, এটাই আমাদের মোটামুটি লেকচারের এটা শেষ ডিজিডিবিডিএম এর উপরে। ভেরি শর্টলি একটু করলাম। আপনাদের কারো কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকলে বলতে পারেন। আর থ্যাংক ইউ ফর অল পার্টিসিপেন্ট to heard my lecture. Thank you all, and thank you to our director sir and Dr. Pradeep Kumar Karmakar and all registrars. ধন্যবাদ সবাই। রুবন, কোনো প্রশ্ন আছে?
স্যার থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার ফর ইউর এক্সেলেন্ট ক্লাস স্যার।
না থাকলে আমরা করতে পারি।
খাবার টাইম তো হয়ে গেছে, মনে হয় কারো কোনো কোশ্চেন তেমন আর নাই স্যার।
আচ্ছা, এই যে আরেকটা আমাদের ছিল বেসিকের, এগুলো আর করলাম না টাইমের জন্য। লাইফ ইম্পর্টেন্ট
স্যার একটা ছিল, সেটা হচ্ছে যে মানে যেসব ফিমেল পার্সন যারা মানে প্ল্যান ফর প্রেগনেন্সি অর প্রেগন্যান্ট অর ব্রেস্ট ফিডিং উইমেন, তাদের ক্ষেত্রে বললেন স্যার আমরা স্টার্টিং দিতে পারবো না, তাই তো স্যার?
হ্যাঁ,
কিন্তু যদি যদি ফ্যামিলিয়াল হাইপারক্লোস্টেরিয়া থাকে সেক্ষেত্রে কোনো আছে কিনা প্রেগন্যান্সি?
ওইটা আমাদের ফ্যামিলি হাইপারক্লোস্টেরিয়া থাকলেও আমাদেরকে এটা ডিসকারেজ করা হয়েছে। যদি প্ল্যান থাকে না, করার প্ল্যান থাকে, তাহলে আমরা ডিসকারেজ করতে বলা হয়েছে।
আচ্ছা,
একটা বের করতে হবে, একটা
ফ্যামিলি হাইপারক্লোস্টেরিয়া থাকলেও আমাদের ডিসকারেজ করতে বলা হয়েছে।
আর এটা এখন ঢিলা হয়ে গেছে আপু, তুমি বারবার আছাড় মারছো না, এই জন্য ঢিলা হয়ে গেছে, যে পুরো ঢিলা হয়ে গেছে আপু। এটা তো এখন ভাঙ্গাই ফেলছে, যে আছাড় মারছে যে ভাঙ্গা দেখো এটা ভাঙ্গা
মনে হয় স্যার শেষ করা যায় স্যার।
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, আমরা
কোশ্চেন তো আর কেউ নাই মনে হচ্ছে।
পরবর্তীতে আমরা আবার যদি সময় হয় আমরা ক্লাস নিব, আমরা শেষ করে দিই।
আচ্ছা থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। কারো মনে হয় ইয়ে হচ্ছে।
ভাই
হ্যালো,
আপনি হোক না আমি করে দেন।
হ্যাঁ আমি ওই যে দাদা ইয়ে না করা পর্যন্ত তো শেষ করতে পারি না, এখন শেষ করে দিব।
স্যার আপনি এখন
বের হয়েছে কিনা আগে দেখে লই। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, শেষ করে দিলাম।
ওকে।